And I'm back with the rest of my review. Now that I got what's their name, Kylan and Jason, out of my system, now I can move on with the normal people. So, starting off with Tiara and Dee, not much to say about them. They came home with the baby, everybody's healthy, everybody's happy, it's all good. So, the baby's absolutely beautiful. There's not much to say. Dee, I guess, didn't piss off Tiara at the hospital. He did what he was supposed to do. He did what he was supposed to do as a partner. That was refreshing to see, unlike other people. They come home, it's absolute chaos. Mimi's there, Tyra's there, and the two little girls are fighting. Layla and Ella, the two cousins, are going at it. But everything is fine. You know, what can I say? Everything turned out really well. The only thing they have to do is try to get little baby Ella acclimated to having another baby in the home and sharing mommy and daddy with another human. In the confessional, it was Tyra, Tiara, and their mom. And Tiara and the mom were going back and forth as far as which is worse, a C-section birth or a vaginal birth. And they were just going back and forth, back and forth. And then Tyra was in the middle and she was like, just shut up. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter anymore. So then we see a confessional with Tiara and Dee, and Dee says he wants to hurry up and try again because he really wants to have a boy. It's like, okay, have a little bit of sympathy for what your fiance just went through after having, another baby in like 2 years. Kind of have a little bit of respect about what she's going through. So he really wants to have a boy, and she says she's done. She's like, she's two and done. She doesn't want to have any more, but I'm pretty sure they probably are going to have a third and watch it be another girl or even twin girls. Moving on. Emerson and Mason. Erica, Emerson's mom, that woman is nutso. I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't like her at all. So Emerson evidently left. When the mother caught Mason in her room, they got up and they left. And she had been gone for about a week. She was staying with Mason. So Erica says, when I caught them in the room together, Mason just looked at me, had a really icy look in his eye, and he just continued to snuggle up next to Emerson. What? She's putting 20 on 10. This woman knows how to exaggerate and be completely overdramatic. He had an icy look in his eye, maybe because they were all resting and sleeping, and here you come barging in, probably making a whole lot of noise with that mouth of yours, and he was probably looking at you like, what the hell is your problem? It was a look of probably annoyance. It wasn't an icy look. It was probably just a look of a complete annoyance when his girlfriend and his baby are trying to rest. So she says that, they were really horrible. And when she's telling us the story, she's sitting in her confessional and her husband's right next to her, and her husband's co-signing to all of this. Like, if you can't respect our house, then you shouldn't be here, and blah, blah, blah. Like, shut up. I mean, do y'all have any idea what's been happening? Your daughter gave birth to her baby, and she just wants her boyfriend to be with her all the time. Is that really that crazy? I mean, like, what is the matter with you people? Why can't you just concentrate on the fact that you have this beautiful miracle that she was able to make it out healthy? The baby came out healthy. Just appreciate that instead of just constantly going back to this whole sleeping in the same room stuff. So Erica says to Emerson, and that's why he's not allowed in my house. He was completely disrespectful and rude, complete disrespect. Okay, but your daughter has something to do with that as well. I mean, you're constantly blaming Mason. And you know what? Okay, so I just have to come to terms with the fact that Erica has got something personal, very personal against Mason and his family. And she wants to say, oh, it's because he got my daughter pregnant. Well, your daughter got herself pregnant as well. It takes two to tango, Erica. Like, do you not know how this works? Do you not see that the fact that your daughter likes him, or maybe she even loves him, and that she wants to be with him all the time, and she would rather be with him and his family than be with you and your mouth? I mean, has all of this been completely lost on you, Erica? Your daughter wants to be with Mason. She has a baby with Mason. Can you accept that and then just try to move on from there and try to find some peace and healing from that point on? So Mason says that he didn't want Emerson to leave because the mother tried to say something like, "Oh, why did you come back?" I thought Mason said you couldn't come back, and Emerson once again, because every time that her mother says something problematic, Emerson has to come in and clarify exactly what was said and what happened. So Emerson says he didn't say I couldn't leave. He was just worried about me coming back into a toxic environment with his child. That's what the problem was. Not that he was holding her captive. And that's, if you let Erica tell it, it was like Mason and his family were holding her hostage. So Mason says he said it himself. He didn't want Emerson to leave because he didn't want his child in a high stress environment because Erica is very stress inducing. She's very, very high strung. I just kind of want to fast forward through her scenes, for my own personal health. So Erica, she's just going on and on and on because in this particular scene, Emerson is laying on the couch with her baby. Erica's in the kitchen and she's just blah, 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 blah. I mean, just nonstop, like 100 words a minute, nonstop. And then Erica gets mad at Ernie because Ernie was taking her daughter. And then Emerson tried to say he wasn't taking me. I voluntarily left. I wanted to leave. No one was taking me anywhere. I wanted to leave. And that's completely lost on Erica. And she's like, well, you're my daughter and I told him not to leave and I told you not to leave and they shouldn't have left with you because you're my daughter. And then Ernie says, I was just kind of like stuck in the middle. Like, okay, what are we doing? Are we leaving? Are we staying? What's going on? And so because his son and Emerson both wanted to leave, he went ahead and he left. Now, I don't know this is, how old is Emerson? Because if she's still like, I think she's like 17 or 18. I mean, what was he to do? She's like at that point where she can decide if she wants to go to her baby daddy's house with her child, right? And so, I'm surprised that Erica didn't call the cops on them and then, accuse them of kidnapping Emerson. I'm shocked that she didn't do that because she's so over the top dramatic that would be something right up her alley. And then Erica, you're very high strung. I mean, watching you is like really bad for my health. So then she moves on to attacking Mason's mom. So she says that the mom is a drug addict. She says horrible things about the mother. I mean, they're factual, but it's like, okay, we understand that. We know that. And you're trying to paint a really negative picture of this woman. And we get it. Like, why do you constantly have to attack his family? Anyways. So she goes on about the mother, how she's a drug addict. She's in and out of jail, in and out of rehab. She can't keep her life together. She abandoned her family. Just a lot of horrible stuff. And then in the confessional, Emerson says to her mother, you and her could probably really be good friends if you just gave it a chance, And Erica says, I don't want to seem judgy. And then she proceeds to be judgy. And then she says, she's a drug addict. Like what I said before, she's a drug addict. She's abandoned her family. She needs proper healing. I mean, it's just some awful things. But please remember, Erica, this is also your grandson's other grandmother. So then Erica, she's just awful. Absolutely awful. And then the fact that she's got this husband that's co-signing to all of this. She herself was in the same shoes that her daughter's in. She herself was a young mother. She herself was just trying to figure it out in the beginning. It's like your daughter did not have a boyfriend who abandoned her. Can you imagine all the other teen moms and adult moms whose baby daddies have completely abandoned them, didn't come to the hospital for the birth, are not there to support in any kind of way, financially, emotionally, nothing. Don't ever come to see their. Could you understand how lucky in this day and age that your daughter has it, that she's got this young boyfriend who is willing to stand by her side? I'm not even going to go into is he financially supporting them or not. Right now, it doesn't even matter. When you look at how some of these dads act, sometimes it doesn't even matter. The fact that he was even showing up at all. And I'm not trying to give prizes for just doing the bare minimum. But it's like, Erica, can you count your blessings? Can you look at the positive instead of always looking at the damn negative? Your daughter's healthy. Your grandson's healthy. Your daughter has a boyfriend that's there to support her, that wants to be a part of his child's life. Even though his mom is going through issues, his parents are still trying to work it out. He has an intact family. I'm like, what else do you want, Erica? Yes, you wish that your daughter didn't get pregnant, but she got pregnant, and she got pregnant by this guy. So that's where we have to start. We can't look at how life was before. We have to look at how things are now. And you need to understand that your daughter daughter has a lot to say so in what's going on. And another thing, Erica, you need to appreciate how intelligent your daughter is, because sometimes that mouth of hers, Erica's mouth, any other person would have been pop, 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 pop. But Emerson always just listens and keeps quiet. And when she responds, she's very calm. And the things that she says make a lot of sense. So Erica, please count your blessings and stop being like so insane. Like, calm the hell down. What's wrong with you? Lily and Lawrence. I didn't even turn the pages out. I'm so flustered. Okay, Lily and Lawrence. So Lily is experiencing being home alone with the kids for the very first time, and it's all like really strange and new to her. And she's never been in this situation before where she's been completely alone with her kids, because she's always had her mom and her stepdad there. So she says it's really hard being alone. She takes us through her routine, her daily routine of what she does from the time they get up until the time they go to sleep at night. And, you know, it's a lot. You have a baby, you have a toddler. I can only imagine. It's a lot. So, and she says that, you know, Lawrence has no idea what she's going through. And we can definitely tell. We can definitely see that. So in their confessional together, they get into a fight because he's I don't know how it started, but he was upset that when he comes home, the house is messy. And he's like, what the hell do you do all day? I come home and the house is a mess. And she's like, I'm taking care of your kids. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm wiping butts, I'm changing diapers, I'm all the taking them to the park. I'm trying to keep them entertained. I'm doing all of this. What are you talking about? I don't do nothing all day. How can she do nothing all day? If she really did nothing all day, you'd come home to a complete disaster. You'd come home to a baby with a dirty diaper. You'd come home to a cranky toddler. If she really didn't do anything all day, you'd come home to a complete disaster. So they just start fighting. And when he said that, you know, what the hell do you do all day? Every time I come home, the house is a mess. I was like, Lawrence, you're just asking for it. Those are fighting words. You never tell the mother of your child things like a stay-at-home mom. You never say that. Like, what's wrong with you, Lawrence? And so Lawrence says in his confessional that, you know, what she does is not hard. And I'm pretty sure in the next episode, she's probably going to tell him, she's probably going to double dare him. Well, if it's not so hard, you know, why don't you try it out? And it's probably going to take like a personal day to go get her nails done, a massage and all this and all this in the third. And he's going to stay home and take care of the kids just for him to see how hard it is. I'm pretty sure they're going to do something like that. Anyways, Lawrence, stop being a meathead. Evolve, please evolve. Respect what she does, because she definitely respects what you do. Respect each other and act like a team, taking care of these kids and raising this family together. I mean, respect each other. Y'all are both in this. Anyways, I don't want to be too preachy. That's my review. I'm over it. I'm done. Jason and Colin really got me riled up, and it's time for me to get off and relax and try to get my pressure down. And yeah, if you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. Please go ahead and rate the video, and also subscribe if you like this content. If you don't like it, that's perfectly okay. Thank you for stopping by anyway, and I will talk to you later. Bye.